Hello everyone, in this video I will explain what is the use of Google Form. So Google Form is an online tool which is by Google, and it can be used to create any kind of online MCQ test, any kind of quiz or feedback form, or maybe surveys, event registration sheets. So let's begin. In order to use the Google Form, you need to have a Google account. So if you already have a Google account, then you can start watching this video, and if you don't have, I suggest you watch my another video where I have explained how you can create a Google account. So first open your web browser, then in the URL box you type forms.google.com, hit enter. Then you need to enter your email address. Click on next, enter your password, click on next. So this is the main page of the Google Form. At the left hand side we have direct access to Google Docs, Google Sheet, Google Slide, Google Forms and Google Drive. The Google Form, as I told you, can be primarily used for creating any kind of event registration or any kind of online quiz, online MCQ test and many more. So it already has a template gallery which can be used to create any online form in less time. So we can be using any one of these online templates. For example, we have contact information, RSVP, party invite, then there we have event registration, event feedback, customer feedback, we have exit ticket, assessment, worksheet, course evaluation. So depending upon your need, you can choose the right one, which one you want to use. I will be mainly explaining the blank form and the blank quiz. Okay, know the difference that the blank form can be used to create any kind of feedback form or any kind of contact information or any kind of registration, event registration, whereas the quiz, it has some extra features and it is primarily used for conducting online quiz that can be MCQ and that can be subjective test also. So let us begin with the blank. Click on the blank option. So this is the untitled form. You can give your form a name. For example, I am making a feedback form. Then at the right hand side, these are the different options that we have. If you need to add a question, click here, import question, add title and description, add image, add a video, add section. All these options are available. We will start with the first question. Suppose my first question is, rate your experience using Google Forms. Now as you type the question, the Google Form will automatically detect the type of question and provide you a suggestion. For example, rate your experience using Google Form. When I use this statement, then automatically linear scale came. Now there are different options, like we have short answer, we have paragraph, we have multiple choice, we have check boxes, we have drop down, file upload, linear scale, multiple choice grid, checkbox. So you choose the type of answer you require. For this question, like I said, rate your experience using Google Form, the correct one is the linear scale. So starting from 1 to 10 I can give, means the user will rate any number between 1 to 10. Then there we have duplicate option. Now the duplicate option is very helpful if you want to make a copy of the question which you have already written. So you can use the duplicate option and make a copy of the same question. And delete option can be used to remove any question. Now what is this required? If you select this option, that means the user who is filling up the form will have to provide an answer for this question. So the user cannot skip this question. But if you uncheck this option, if you disable it, then the user can skip this question. Now depending upon your scenario, you choose what you want to do. Okay. Next, if you want to bring a question, you click on add a question. The next question will come up. Suppose the next question is, what is the best thing you noticed in Google Forms? Okay, so we can take like short answer, or we can take MCQ. That is upon you. Okay, now the last question, let us make it required. As you do that, you will see that there is one asterisk coming beside the question. That means this question is compulsory because I made it required. But for the second question, no such thing is there because I have not enabled the option of required. Okay, next is, it is a good habit to use different sections in the Google form. So whenever you are making a Google form, please use different sections. Now how to make a section? This is section 1. This is your first section when you open any Google form. So one section will appear in one page. You can understand like every section is a page. So this is section 1. This is the first section, means first page. But if you don't want to display all the questions in one section, means in one page, you can add more sections to your form. That depends on how many questions you have in your form. If you have like 3 to 4 questions maximum, then one section is sufficient. But if you are having like 10 to 15 questions, then it is better to have 3-4 sections. So in order to add a new section, you have to click here, add section option. Then this will appear section 2. As I told, the first page was the section 1. This is section 2. So suppose I say it is page 2, and in the page 2 I add a question where I say the question is, which Google apps do you use? Okay, MCQ, or it can be checkbox. Now the difference is, if you select MCQ, then only one answer can be selected. But if you select the other one, the checkbox, then more than one value can be selected. Which Google apps do you use? Google Forms, Google Duo, Google Maps. So if you use the option of checkbox, that means more than one answer can be selected by the user. Now because you are asking a question like which Google apps do you use, so the user can give more than one answer. So it is better if you use the checkbox option. And if your answer is only one of them, then you have to use the multiple choice. Okay, so depending upon your question, you can select which one to use. Then if you want to make it compulsory, you select the required. So there are different type of questions. One more we can have, last one. Suppose we write any suggestions. Okay, so I make it short answer. Required, no, let it be not required. So at the upper right corner we have the option of customize theme. Choose any image. The image will come at the top of your form. You can change the theme color, you can change the background color, you can change the font style. Now your form is ready. Next thing is you can preview your form. Again, upper right corner we have the option of preview. A new page will open. This is your form. So suppose I'm the user, so I'm filling up the form. I'm giving a rating 10. What is the best thing you noticed in Google Forms? I say simplicity. Okay, next. Now you remember we had 2 sections. That is why the next option was coming. The first 2 questions were in the section number 1, and then I clicked on the next. Then this is section number 2, which is the second page. So which app do you use? Google Forms, Google Maps? Any suggestions? You can leave it empty as it is not compulsory. All the questions which you marked compulsory means required will have an asterisk. It is written there, asterisk means required. Then you submit. So this will be displayed, your response has been recorded. Now if you go back to the form, it says now response 1. So whenever any student or participant is responding, you will get the response immediately. And suppose you want to disable, okay, means you don't want to accept any more responses, so you can disable this option. Then if the user will try to submit any response, it will give a message, the form, feedback form is no longer accepting responses. And if you enable it again, so the user can again give responses. Okay, now come to the settings. We have few options. First, general setting, collect email addresses. If you enable this option, then the user will have to give their email address. If you select the second option which says require sign in, then it is good, because only means one person can only give one response, but they will have to sign in first. So if they have not signed in, then they cannot fill the form. Then respondents can edit after submit. If you enable this option, then they can edit their submission. It is better to not check it. Okay, then see summary chart and text responses. That is not required. Going to the presentation, you can enable the progress bar, and shuffle question order is not required. Show link to submit another response, you can disable this option. You can change the confirmation message, like I am writing thank you for feedback. Okay, save. And last thing is how you will publish or how you will send your form. So there is a send button at the upper right corner, so you can send via email or you can send the link. So the second option is link. You can shorten the URL. This is my URL. Okay, so you have to copy and send this URL to the students. When they will open the URL, the feedback form will appear. Now next thing is how to rename your form. What happens is when you give your form any name, so it renames itself, but still you can give another name. Suppose I am writing form 1. Okay, now if you want to organize your form, you can click on this option and then you can create a new folder, like I am writing my forms, and inside of that folder you can organize your forms. Okay, now I will explain you how to make online quiz or MCQ test. So go to the main window, open the template gallery, blank quiz, open this. The main difference between a quiz and a normal form is that a quiz has the option of you to provide the correct answer and assign different points to different answers. Okay, so this is the name of my quiz. I'm writing CTS quiz, computer science quiz. Form description, I'm writing my quiz. question, rest all same. Okay, so I'm just writing some questions. What is the full form of RAM? Option number 1, random access memory. Second option, random assigned memory. Third option, random access module. Okay, so it is not compulsory that you have to give 4 options. You can have less than 4 or more than 4. Then which type of question it is? MCQ, same. Now this is the additional option which you get when you select the quiz, answer key. So you can mention which is the correct answer and you can assign point to it, like I'm assigning 10 point. Done. So means this answer when will be correct will give the participant 10 point, and if you want to make it compulsory you have to click on required. One more question I'm adding. What is the full form of CPU? So option number 1, Central Programming Unit. Option number 2, Central Processing Unit. Option number 3, Center Programmable Unit. And option number 4, Central Processing User. Okay, so again answer key, the correct answer is Central Processing Unit. Assign point, it is not compulsory that all the questions will have the same point, so I'm giving 5. Then done. So I have 2 questions, total points are 15. Rest all are same, how you change your theme and how you preview. So I'm directly going to the settings, going to the presentation and enabling the show progress bar, shuffle question order, and going to the quiz. It is make a quiz. Okay, now save. Let us see how that comes. Click on the send option, click on the link, copy the link, and let us open this. So this is my quiz, CTS quiz. What is the full form of CPU? Correct answer. Suppose I give one wrong answer. Submit. It says your response has been recorded. View score. So this option was not present in a normal form. View score option is not present, but in the quiz you get this option. So it will give you a summary of which answers you wrote, like what is correct or what is wrong, and your total score. Like I got 0 by 15 because I intentionally attempted all wrong. Okay, so the same can be seen by the one who has created the form, means the host. So like I can see in details like what is the average marks and frequently missed questions and what are the answers which are attempted. So this is how we can use Google Forms. Hope that will help you. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates.